mile away. Show us where the International Space Station is, Hubble, etc.
Oh, okay. So if the Earth were actually this size, the International Space Station would be orbiting about a half an inch above the surface. And that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon, what's his name? Felix Baumgartner. He would have been about 2 millimeters above the surface of this globe. That's his edge of space jump. Now, you know, I don't. It's fine. He wants to. I don't have a problem if he does it, but the honesty of it would greatly diminish what I think people thought he was actually doing. And not only that, they made sure to photograph him standing there with a really wide-angle lens, which curves horizontal lines. So in the photo, you see this curvature of Earth's surface, and he said, "Wow, he's in space. Look at that." No, he's not. At that height, you don't see the curvature of the Earth if you are 2 millimeters above this beach ball. You just don't. That stuff is flat.
We've just heard what Neil deGrasse Tyson has said about, well, if you were Felix, you're like 2 millimeters above the Earth, so you ain't going to see any curvature at all. He says it's flat. Even, I'm sorry, there would be curvature. But anyway, when we look in this is on the ISS space station, right? And this whole panel here is now turned into a mirror. So it's now reflecting this, and you can now see the curve of the Earth there. And you can see the curve of the Earth there. So 200 miles up, you can see the curve. But surely if the Earth was bigger, and they are then only 2 millimeters, half an inch above the Earth. Looking at his hand with the half an inch above, we'll just go back to that one.
Oh, okay. So if the Earth were actually this size, the International Space Station would be orbiting about a half an inch above the surface.
So when he says we're only half an inch above it in the ISS space station, you can see as the ISS space station is so small that there's no way you'd be able to see the edges of anything because it's so small and it's only half an inch above the ball. Then you wouldn't be able to see what we're seeing here, because what we're seeing here.
Show us where the International Space Station is, Hubble, etc.
Oh, okay. So if the Earth were actually this size, the International Space Station would be orbiting about a half an inch above the surface. And that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon.
If we are only half an inch above the Earth in relative to what he was showing you on that ball, how come the ball only goes to here and you can see the reflection here? But you know something that's very weird? If the bow of the Earth goes this way and it's a reflection from over here, then we're not on a ball, are we? Because that shape and that shape, so that shape and that shape don't make a circle, do they? I don't know what it makes. It makes a bridge. This picture here is showing the other side of the Earth. This bow on the Earth is the wrong way round. And if you can see an edge, which you can here, and you can see an edge there, the Earth itself cannot be very big, can it? Please, everybody, wake up and see what they're showing you. They're showing you the edge of the Earth here and the edge of the Earth there. And as this thing will only be able to see so far, and you can see the edge of it and you can see the edge here, we're on something very, very, very small. And as I've said, the bow of the Earth is the wrong way round here. It should be coming, it's just wrong. Look, you can see it's going that way, the same as this one. So there you go. So they can't even show us the truth. You've just heard Neil deGrasse Tyson sound like a comedian while he tells you that there's no way you'd see the curvature, all you'd see is flat. Then why is there a curve of the Earth here? Why is there, it's curving? This is on a curve, and then there's another, that's in a curve, right? And it only goes from there to as far as that outsees and there. But you know something? We're not very big then, are we? We're not very big at all. And this cannot be real. Because being half an inch above the ball, there's so much ball to go, you'd never see the edges of it. And if this is the curvature it's got, because it ends here, because surely this ball should be going on over here, over, on and on and on and on. Anyway, I think you get my gist.
Show us where the International Space Station is, Hubble, etc.
Okay, so if the Earth were actually this size, the International Space Station would be orbiting about a half an inch above the surface. And that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon.
Leave your comments below.